Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day today. Pretty good day here, and the weather's nice, been fairly productive. I taught a class, I did my workout, I worked a bit on my business, did some personal development stuff, so good stuff. The workout I'm doing right now is it's tempo training, so it's basically like really slow reps mixed in with some faster reps. It is intense. I love it. I'm already feeling a little bit sore. It was chest and triceps today. I love being sore. It makes me happy when I've got sore muscles the next day, as long as it's a good type of sore, of course. And yeah, just really enjoying these workouts that I'm doing. So here I am, afternoon, back at the studio, and I was, a friend of mine had posted something about, it sounded like she was feeling kind of bad about taking some rest time. And it got me thinking about, rest and recovery and how important it is, and how a lot of us, and I've been guilty of this myself, think that it's a sign of sort of weakness and that we shouldn't be taking rests and we shouldn't be taking breaks and stuff like that. But we absolutely need to, in order to progress in our fitness programs and to get stronger and to keep our bodies healthy. And it's part of the program that a lot of people really underestimate. Hey Jay, how's it going? Hi Farah. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about it and the importance of it and how to do it properly and all that good stuff. And for myself, getting in enough rest and recovery is definitely a struggle, simply because I teach most of the classes at my studio, so there's not a lot of downtime for me. So I have to be a little bit more diligent with things like nutrition. I really need to get more sleep than I do, something I really need to work on, and that will hopefully come pretty soon. Hi, Kathy. So rest and recovery, are they the same thing? So rest is when you're not working out. So when you think about it, we're actually getting a lot of rest every single day. So if you work out 1 hour a day, that means 23 hours a day you're actually resting. So how come you're having days where you're feeling tired and sluggish and you don't feel like working out? Well, it's because rest isn't the same thing as recovery. So resting is just not doing something. Resting is when you're not working out. Recovery is when you are actively helping your body recover from the workout. So helping the muscles and other systems of your body recover from the stress that you put it under when you work out, because working out is physical stress, and that's why you get results from it. When you put your body under physical stress, you get results. And it's also not just muscles that need to recover, it's also your hormonal and neurological systems as well. So, it's very important to get this recovery. We're not just letting muscles rest, we're letting our whole body rest and recover and, get ready for action again, so you don't end up injuring yourself. Hey Andy, oh, you had an 8-hour nap, how nice. That sounds good right about now. So let's talk a little bit about getting proper recovery and things you need to do to get proper recovery, and not just simply resting your body, because if you're not doing these things, you're not going to get the full benefits of recovery. So the first one that I'm going to talk about, and this is because this is one that I am terrible at, is getting enough sleep. So you need proper sleep to recover. And one of the reasons why is because when you get into the deeper stages of sleep, that's when your body releases human growth hormone, which is necessary for growth and repair. That's why teenagers sleep so much, because they're growing so much. They need that sleep. They need their human growth hormone to go to work. So same for us as adults. We need to get enough sleep so that we're getting that benefit of human growth hormone. Otherwise, without that, your muscles aren't repairing completely, and you're going to be left feeling tired. So aim for 7 to 9 hours a night. I usually average around 5 or 6, so that's no good. I gotta really work on that, and it's something that I'm not very disciplined at, but I'm going to keep working on it. Hey Anne, how's it going? You inspired me to talk about rest and recovery today. So yeah, sleep, getting the proper amount of sleep. Hydration. So hydration is critical to our health. Hydration helps to, it helps our hair, it helps our skin, but it also helps our organs. It takes stress off of the organs in our body. So when you're dehydrated, your organs are going to be stressed out and they're not going to be able to function properly. It's also important to facilitate proper and efficient nutrient uptake. So if you're dehydrated and you're eating healthy because you're dehydrated, you're probably not taking up as much nutrition as you think. And if you're not sure if you're hydrated enough, best way to check is to check the color of your urine, which should be pale yellow. If it's dark in color and you haven't just taken a bunch of B vitamins, that usually means that you are dehydrated. And yeah, your body does not operate well dehydrated. You might not be aware of the damage that's happening, but there's a lot going on. So if you notice, for instance, that you suffer from headaches or your energy is low, fuzzy brain, that kind of thing, all of that can be caused by even just a little bit of dehydration. And I know a lot of people who don't drink water, like they hydrate themselves with coffee or tea or flavored drinks, or worse yet is like pop, like diet pop and stuff like that. Drink your water straight. Just drink it as it is. If you have to put something into it, try squeezing some fresh lemon juice from a lemon into it, not that fake lemon juice you can get at the store, or some lime, or pretty much any citrus fruit tastes pretty good in water. So if you really need flavoring in your water, go for that. Otherwise, you're just interfering with your body's ability to hydrate from the liquid you're putting into your body if there's stuff in it such as flavorings and that kind of thing. Another really important part of recovery is your nutrition. So your body makes itself up out of what you put into it. And really think about that and really take that to heart. So what you're putting in your body is what your body's going to break down into the pieces that it needs to build itself, and it's going to use those pieces to rebuild itself. So if you're putting a bunch of junk in your body, that's what your body's making itself up out of, and you're not going to have a very healthy body. So it's so important that you make good choices. When you eat, you have a choice to either eat food that will heal your body and help it get stronger and grow, or you can choose fake food that's going to poison your body and eventually end up with a chronic condition that's going to require doctors and medication and all that stuff. So really important to eat healthy, eat all natural foods. I never tell people to go for perfection. Obviously, we need some time off from being good. So I really like the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time you're eating clean food, healthy, all natural foods, and then 20% of the time you're indulging in those things you want to indulge in. It's just human nature to want to have that indulgence, and quite often if you say, I can never have whatever it is again, you're going to want that thing so badly. That's going to be the only thing you can think about. So don't go with that all or nothing attitude. I did that for years, and it's not beneficial at all. It did not serve me well. So, do your best the majority of the time, right? You're healthy. And then just every so often have your indulgences and enjoy when you do. Don't feel guilty about that. Like, really enjoy it. If you like it, enjoy it. Hey, Melanie, how's it going? Another one is heat, ice, and compression. So if you're training really intensely or you're doing a high volume of training, such as myself, I do, a couple of hours every day, try contrast baths or showers. So basically, very basic, it's like hot water for, well, as hot as you can stand it, don't burn yourself, for about 30 seconds, and then cold water for 30 seconds, and repeat a few times. So I do this on my legs because I teach spin 2 or 3 times a day, so I need recovery for my legs so that they can perform for the next class. And I do it with a shower, so just on my legs. I don't take an entire full body cold shower. I can't do it. I can barely get the legs done. It does get easier after a while, after you've done it a few times. It actually gets to a point where it feels sort of refreshing. But the first time you've never done it before, be ready for some discomfort. And ease into the cold if you're going to do it for the first time. So I like to take the shower head and put it on my legs and then ease off on the hot water until I've got straight cold. So don't go straight from hot to cold. It's pretty shocking. Some people can do it. I can't. And then what this does is it just helps to flush out the metabolic waste that's built up in your muscles. So when you work out, you build up metabolic waste. That's why you're feeling the burning in the muscles. Hot and cold contrast can help to flush that out, as well as compression, so putting compression on your muscles. Sometimes I put compression stockings on after a workout. I used to do that quite often. A bit of a pain in the butt to do. I don't do it too much, but it is quite beneficial. And then, of course, stretching. So that's really where you start your recovery. So right when you finish your workout, don't just walk out of the gym and go home. Make sure you stretch. I used to skip my stretches all the time, and I used to always have some kind of injury that was bothering me, like nothing major, just there's always something that was bothering me. And then when I started teaching, and part of my job is to stretch with my class, I noticed a huge difference. My injuries felt better. I felt a lot more flexible, of course, and yeah, it just felt a lot better. So after your workout, spend some time stretching. If you're in a rush, just stretch the muscles that you use. So if you're running, just focus on stretching your legs. Don't worry so much about the upper body. And hold each stretch 20 to 30 seconds, and even a little longer if you have the extra time. So, and it's static stretching. It's a stretch that you hold. It's not a stretch where you're bouncing and that kind of thing. So make sure you do that after your workouts. And, you know, it's so important because once you've worked out and you've tightened that muscle, if you think about the joint that muscle is near, if that muscle is super tight, it's putting pressure on that joint. And after a while, this can lead to injury. So it's totally worth it to take the time to do your stretches. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? And yeah, 20 to 30 seconds per stretch is good. If you need some stretches, if you're not sure how to do stretches, send me a message and I will, I'll explain to you, or I'll send you a little video or whatever. Easy enough to do. So make sure you're not skipping out on that. So those are the main ones that I wanted to talk about. So just to stress again that rest and recovery is absolutely necessary. Rest is something we do anyways. Rest is when we're not working out, but recovery is super important. And if your body is just feeling tired, or you're feeling mentally tired, or you're just feeling off, give yourself that permission to take that day off or do something super easy, and don't feel bad about it. Like, your body is sending you really strong signals that you need to back off. I've had instances where I haven't listened to that information, and that's when I've had my worst injuries. So one was I went to a boxing class, and we were jumping rope for the warm-up, and I twisted my ankle. Rather than twisting it like turning out, it actually turned in, and I actually tore the sheath around the tendon. And it took about 2 years of rehabilitating that to be able to do everything that I want to do. This is probably about 17 years ago, and I still have problems with it. I still get sore if I do too much of anything. For instance, when I decided to run a half marathon, stupid decision, I almost wrecked my ankle completely. It was really bad. Luckily, I had an awesome chiropractor who helped me through it, but yeah, it's still a problem to this day, and that's because I was working out when I shouldn't have been working out. The other one was my disc bulge in my back. My back had been sore for a while. Didn't really feel like working out that day. I was like, oh, my back is kind of sore, but I was like, oh no, I got to push through this, got to be strong, you know, whatever. So I did, and I did the jump squat, and I landed, and I thought, oh, something didn't feel quite right there. And then I kind of got up and walked around a bit, and then as the day went on, it got worse and worse and worse, to the point where I was now on the couch on my back, and I couldn't move. And I was like that for a good couple of weeks, because a disc bulge is nothing to mess with. And then I would throw it out every so often, and it was just, you know, a big mess. It would totally take me out of the game completely. So listening to the cues from your body and taking those breaks can be very important and can save you from a lot of pain and stress. So make sure that your fitness program is complete, is well-rounded. It's including everything, so cardio, strength, flexibility, rest, and recovery. You need everything. You can't overdo it on one thing and expect to have a strong, balanced body. You have to have everything. And as I said, if you have questions, leave a comment, send me a message, and I can help you out with that, because I know it can be a little confusing to know what you should and shouldn't be doing, especially with really weird messages from the media because they're trying to sell certain things. So feel free to ask me anything, anytime. I'm going to run now and set up the studio for my next class. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you again soon.